Hi everyone, today we will present the chapter 17 of the Crosswell's book, Action Research Designed. What is action research, when do you use it, and how did it develop? Action research has an applied focus using data collection, based on either quantitative, qualitative methods, or both. It differs in that action research addresses a specific particular issue and sets to attain solutions to a problem. Action research are systematic procedures done by teachers to gather information about and subsequently improve the ways their particular educational setting operates. It means that action research is defined as a type of systematic inquiry carried out by teachers or professionals within their own educational or work setting, with the goal of improving practices, solving specific problems, or promoting change. When do you use action research? You use action research when you have a specific educational problem to solve. Action research provides an opportunity for educators to reflect on their own practices. So it means that is to directly improve professional practices. How did action research develop? There were three steps. The first step consisted of the identification of a problem dressing addressing societal issues. The second stage turned toward practice and the need to involve practitioners such as teachers in solution to their own problems. The third represented participatory, emancipatory, or community in which groups assume the responsibility for their own change. We can see the figure 70.1, evolution of action research, which show us how the action research were developed by the past of the years. What are the types of action research designed? There were two types of action research designed: practical action research and participatory action research. The practical action research is that the teachers seek to research problems into their own classroom so that they can improve their students' learning and their own professional performance. The participatory action research, rather than focus on individual teachers solving immediate classroom problems or schools addressing internal issues. What are the key characteristics of action research? There were six key characteristics: a practical focus, the richer researcher's own practices, collaboration, a dynamic process, a plan of action, and sharing research. The aim of the first one is to address an actual problem in an educational setting. Action researchers study practical issues that will have immediate benefits for education. The richer researchers' own practices. When action researchers engage in a study, they are interested in examining their own practices rather than studying someone else's practices. Collaboration. Action researchers collaborate with others, often involving co-participants in the research. A dynamic process. Action researchers engage a dynamic process involving interactions of activities such as a spiral of activities. A plan of action. The next step is to identify a plan of action. At some point in the process, the action researcher formulates an action plan in response to the problem. And the last one, sharing research. Unlike traditional research that investigators report in journal and books publications, action researchers report their research to educators who can immediately use the results.
Key characteristics. Action research is a type of research used to solve real problems in educational settings. Its main goal is not just to create theory, but to improve teaching and learning in practical and immediate way. Practical focus. Action research focuses on real issues that affect classrooms or schools, such as low student participation, behavior problems, or learning difficulties. The purpose is to find and use solutions that can be applied right away. The teacher's own practice. In action research, the teacher is also the researcher instead of studying others. Teachers examine their own teaching practice. reflect on what's worked and what does not, and try new strategies to improve their practice. This process promotes self-reflections and professional growth. And the next collaboration, action research involves working with others such as teachers, students, school administrators, parents, or external researchers. Collaboration helps share ideas, collect data, and make better decisions together. A dynamic process. Action research follows a cyclical process, not a linear one. Teachers reflect on a problem, collect data, take action, reflect again on the results. This cycle is repeated until improved is achievement. A plan of actions. At some point, the researcher creates a plan of action to address the problem. This is plan may include trying new teaching strategies, starting a pilot program, or making changes in the classroom or schools in that moment. Sharing research. Unlike traditional research, action research is mainly shared with the educational community. Teachers shares their results with colleagues and school leaders, so the finds can be used immediately to improve practice. The next slide, please. Okay, ethical issues in action research. Action research can create ethical challenges because the researcher works very closely with participants, often in their own classrooms. Because of these relationships, it's important to avoid the coercions, meaning participants should be never feel forced to take a part of the research. Teachers also have a dual role as both teacher and researcher, so they must act carefully and ethically. Students or participants must always have to write and withdraw from the study without any penalty. Next, please. Next slide. Action research should be based on respect, transparency, collaboration, and social justice. Participants should be involved in different parts of the research process and understand how to results will be used. Another ethical issue involves consent forms. Sometimes these forms may not fully explain the study. For this reason, researchers must be clearly communicate the purpose of the research and ensure participants truly understand before agreeing to participate. And next, please. Practical action research is a research method carried out by teachers or other professionals in their own work context to prove what they are doing. It's not only a theoretical research, but practical reflective. Next slide. Teacher B wants a researcher studies a local practicals in the classroom, can be individual or team-based, promotes the idea of the teacher as researcher. And finally, the last one slide, improve. It focuses on improve the daily practice on the teachers, solve a specific problem in the classroom, make a small but systematic changes. And here, the researcher is usually the teacher himself about his classroom. That's it. Thank you so much.